The Pretoria Magistrate's Court has granted senior DA MP Glynnis Breytenbach and her lawyer Gerhard Waggenaar 10,000 rand bail. They each face 2 counts of obstruction of justice and 4 counts of contravening the National Prosecutions Authority Act. The trial was postponed to the 16th of March. This to allow the court to allocate magistrates for the case. The charges related to Breytenbach allegedly refusing to hand in her official laptop and removing evidence from it while she faced an internal investigation for misconduct several years ago. If convicted, the pair could be jailed. Earlier, Breytenbach handed herself over at the Pretoria Central Police Station where she was formally charged. The two were briefly held in holding cells before they were brought to court to appear before Magistrate Chriselda Lewis. The DA has described charges against Breytenbach as trumped up. Breytenbach said she and her lawyer were innocent and that court would prove that.
Well, I think it's got to do with all of the litigation that the DA is conducting currently that makes it uncomfortable for the ruling party. It's the Namkobo Jiba thing. Next month we're in court with the spy tapes thing. We had a huge victory in the Constitutional Court last Tuesday. So, of course, I think all of these things, the shoe is pinching, and this is one of the ways of relieving the pressure.
For more on that case, we joined in the studio by our reporter, Chriselda Lewis, to give us an update. Thank you very much for joining us, Chriselda.
Thank you very much, Colin.
Yeah. How did the proceedings go this morning?
Well, we're expecting proceedings to be very brief. It was the first appearance. It was postponed to the 16th of March. Both Breytenbach and her former lawyer were granted bail of 10,000 rand each. And on the 6th of March, essentially, we'll get a sense of what the state's case is against Glynnis Breytenbach. But certainly you will know, Colin, this relates to 2012. 2012, when the National Prosecuting Authority was investigating Glynnis Breytenbach over a case that she was involved in while she was still head of the NPA's Special Commercial Crimes Unit. And that investigation was conducted internally. That found her not guilty. But on Friday, just last week, the National Prosecuting Authority said after further investigations by police, they found that there was sufficient evidence now to bring these charges against Glynnis Breytenbach and her lawyer. What they claim is that Glynnis Breytenbach and her lawyer had shred documents that they deemed very important to their investigation then, but Glynnis Breytenbach is saying that what she deleted was simply personal files and that everything that was shred could still be found on the NPA system.
Now, concerning the investigation, was there any proof, according to the investigation, that, like you have already alluded to, the stuff that was deleted from the laptop, that she intentionally tried to defeat the ends of justice? Well,
what the National Prosecuting Authority is saying is that they believe, indeed, that she wanted to remove some files that the NPA believed were quite crucial to their investigation. But what she said, and she reiterated that point outside the Pretoria Magistrate's Court today, was that the only thing she deleted were personal files, and the National Prosecuting Authority is still within its right to check on its database or its system the things that she did delete. So essentially, she says she's willing to fight this till the bitter end. She does believe that this is a political conspiracy. She mentioned issues pertaining to this being an election year, and we saw the Democratic Alliance also coming out quite strong to say that they believe that these are trumped-up charges and a way to divert the attention of other crucial events, whatever they're referring to, other crucial events surrounding or what's happening in South Africa at the moment.
Okay, now going forward to March, do we see this case actually turning around to be something of a case against her that is legitimate, or as the DA is saying, this is trumped up?
Look, there's quite a lot that rests on this case concerning Glynnis Breytenbach and her lawyer. Of course, we've got the reputation of the National Prosecuting Authority at stake here, because what the Democratic Alliance had been saying was that these are trumped-up charges. The National Prosecuting Authority says what it believes that it has sufficient evidence to successfully prosecute Breytenbach and her then lawyer. And what this then will speak to, because there had been quite a lot of political football, if I may, regarding what these charges surround. You would know that Glynnis Breytenbach had been quite extensively involved in trying to get the Deputy National Director of Public Prosecutions, Nomngcobo Chiba, removed from a position over numerous issues where she says there's been political interference in the National Prosecuting Authority. That has been before the courts over the past few days. So it remains to be seen what really happens in that court, what the state will bring this time to try and prove their case, that she intentionally removed those files from her laptop or her computer. So a lot really rests on this, the credibility of the National Prosecuting Authority as well.
All right, we can leave it there for now. Well, thank you very much to Chriselda Lewis giving us an update on the case of Glynnis Breytenbach.